I'm Kaylyn Ahrenstein and I'm Stony Brook's feature twirler. Here thinking I would just be a spectator at football games because I really love sports. Instead of being on the field, I want to watch. I want to enjoy watching a marching band because my high school didn't have one, so I'd never seen one in person. And so I came to the homecoming game my first year here and I loved it. And I saw that there was a giant hole in the center of the field, and I was like, Mom, I'm gonna fill that hole and I'm gonna go twirl. It really taught me about building blocks and like how you have to learn one thing before you can move on to the next, and it definitely helped me be more disciplined in my life, especially when it comes to school and things like that. It was the same idea for me. Welcome by Stony Brook's interim Dean of Students, Jeff Barnett. Dean Barnett, thank you for joining us. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Look, the sun's out, it's hot, it's beautiful. It's Roth Regatta. I'm great.
Tell us, Dean Barnett, what are you looking forward to most for today's race?
I look forward to a lot of things on Roth Regatta. I mean, the competition is always great. Who's going to win? The kind of designs that students have done with their boats. I saw codename Kids Next Door. Is that something?
Yep.
Pescanini, right behind us. Beautiful. I saw a Doctor Who boat over here, so I love the designs of the boats. I love the competitive spirit, but most of all, I love the camaraderie. I love that everybody comes out here. They know that the last Friday in April is a day that thousands of us can gather around Rothon and just kind of have fun and be celebrating the fact that we're here together at Stony Brook.
So, if you could pick any superpower in the world, what would it be?
Well, I think flying would probably be the thing that I like to do. I'm into flying. I want to get my pilot's license, so flying is kind of a cool superpower, I think.
If you had to pick a favorite villain, who would it be?
Oh man, you got me there. I couldn't answer that one right now. I don't know. I like the heroes. I like the people who are helping the world. That's kind of what I want to do.
So, since you work really closely with the band, are you secretly rooting for them today?
You know, okay. So I've got a couple different hats I wear, right? So I'm the Associate Dean of Students, so I am rooting for everybody. I get to work very closely with the marching band, as you know. They have won the last 2 years. That sticks in my mind. I don't forget that. I am aware of the fact that this might be the third year in a row that they might win. So, but I am rooting for everybody. I love the bands.
Well, thank you so much, Dean Barnett. Is there anything else that you're looking forward to today?
You know, hey, have fun, everybody. Roth Regatta is a wonderful time. Thanks for being here. Good luck on finals, and enjoy Regatta today.
Well, thank you. You too, Dean Barnett.
Thanks. Good job.
Thank you. Have you ever wondered about
The most talked about feature of Apple's new iPhone X is the smartphone's ability to know who you are just by looking at you. It's called biometric technology.
Biometric security is the use of unique human identifiable elements to verify the person.
The new facial recognition feature known as Face ID uses your face to unlock the phone as well as download apps and access your bank information.
Face ID works by a combination of a sensor and what more or less amounts to an LED. The LED emits 1,000 infrared microdots, and these little infrared dots shine onto your face. And the sensor is able to discern how long it takes for the light from the infrared LED to reach all of these points on your face, and based on the time that takes, it's able to determine how far away each point of your face are, and it uses this data to build a map, like a topographical map. That map is very, very unique to you.
In 2015, the government's Office of Personnel Management was hacked and over 1 million people's biometric fingerprints were lost, heightening security concerns about the new technology.
The biometrics, such as like on an iPhone or with Face ID with the new iPhone X, they stay on your phone and they never leave your phone. So now if you're a hacker and you want to hack into millions of people's accounts, not only do you have to steal 1 million people's biometrics, but you also have to steal 1 million people's phones.
Advocates of biometric technology say 3D maps of a person's face provide enhanced security because the information is stored only on the phone.
Touch ID, which everybody is more or less used to, is about a 1 in 50,000 chance of a stranger picking up your phone and pressing their thumb or their forefinger or whatever to the sensor and being picked up as you, which doesn't happen very often, but those were the numbers that were come up with in a lab. Likewise, similar tests were done with Face ID, and they found that the chances of another person who's not related to you picking up your phone and holding it up to their face and being logged in is about 1 in a million.
If you're wondering what the future of biometric technology is, well, you're looking at it. Soon, biometrics will be available in your vehicles. You can touch to unlock, and the facial scan will be available to personalize your vehicle. Your car will be able to scan your face or retina to know who is driving, and then your seat will automatically adjust and the radio stations you like will play. Even the temperature will adjust to your specifications. Your car will know you. For Stony Brook News, I'm Kaylyn Ahrenstein. Dr. James Stelling, Medical and Laboratory Director of Reproductive Specialists of New York, works with women to teach them about PCOS and the symptoms they should expect if they have it.
Polycystic ovary syndrome is a condition where the women don't ovulate typically, as it's a spectrum of symptoms. Especially, it's usually there's three main criteria: erratic cycles, extra male hormone levels, which can either be by symptoms or measured in the blood. The third criteria is usually looking at if you do an ultrasound of the ovaries, you can just see lots of little eggs.
One of the symptoms of extra male hormones is extra hair growth, such as facial hair. However, sometimes it's the opposite, like the thinning or loss of hair, much like male pattern baldness.
I was a normal, healthy, active, athletic teenager until I was 16 when I was diagnosed with PCOS. And my mom had noticed that my hair was thinning, and I had noticed that I was bruising abnormally, and I had abnormal period cramps. They were really painful, and I was just in a lot of pain. Finally, when we had enough, we went to a GYN endocrinologist, and he diagnosed me with PCOS.
Treatments vary depending on the woman. For those who wish to get pregnant, fertility drugs are incredibly effective. However, for those who don't wish to have a family, or at least not yet, there are other ways of handling the situation.
When women don't want to get pregnant and they have polycystic ovary syndrome, it's very important that they see their body or uterus sees progesterone to prevent their uterine cancers and precancers. Most commonly, that can be done with birth control pills.
Kucharski was put on 7 medications to help relieve her symptoms. This one's to regulate my periods. This one is to help my hair grow thicker and to stop my hair from falling out, but it didn't work by itself, so we had to add this one, and they work well together. This one is for my hair, skin, and nails. These two are for my period pain, to subside the pain. This one is to get rid of the rash that this one gave me. Dr. Stelling says PCOS patients are at a higher risk of getting diabetes, which has recently become more common in America. In 2012, 9.3% of the population had diabetes, which is up from 2010. Diabetes remains to be the 7th leading cause of death in the U.S.
Not everyone with PCO has insulin resistance or prediabetes. If you do complicated testing at the research level, about 70% of women you will show who have PCO are insulin resistant. The more standard testing that we can do in the office will more show that about 30 to 40% of the blood work shows insulin resistance, meaning there's still some people you're missing by the standard blood testing. You'll actually find on a new diagnosis of PCO about once they go 5% or about 8% are actually diabetic at that point, and they just don't know it.
There are a lot of risks that come with it. So I really like fast food, but I can't eat it too often because I could get diabetes more easily than the average person. So I have to be careful to try not to gain weight and to stay healthy, or I do have that risk of getting diabetes.
Unfortunately, there is no cure yet for polycystic ovarian syndrome. However, research has been continuing and will continue for years to come, and treatments are available and they are more and more successful each year. For Stony Brook News, I'm Kaylyn Ahrenstein.